Hey everybody, I am State Representative Graig Meyer. Thanks for watching our shot. This is our shot to meet State Senator Erica Smith-Ingram. From which Senate district?
I'm from Senate District 3.
And you represent like a dozen counties? How many counties?
Almost. I feel like I represent all 100, of course.
Oh, sweet.
But I have 8 of them in eastern North Carolina: Bertie, Chowan, Edgecombe, Hertford, Martin, Northampton, Tyrrell, and Washington.
Wow, pretty well done. I only represent 2. I don't think I can keep track of 8. All right, here we go. I've got a few questions for the audience to get to know you. If you could have lunch with one fictional character, who would it be?
One fictional character, it would be Brer Rabbit.
Ooh, Brer Rabbit.
Yes.
Why?
Brer Rabbit, because Brer Rabbit had such wisdom, and I love the way that he was able to break down intense pedagogy in a way and unwrap it in a way that you can understand and apply it to your life.
Ooh, nice. Oh, I like it. Okay, what politician do you most admire?
The politician that I most admire is the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And I know that people don't traditionally see him as a politician, but I see him as a change agent and someone who got involved from the theological aspect to be able to impact the lives of people in the here and now, where they don't have to wait until the after while.
All right, I like it. Do you think, yes or no, will humans discover any form of extraterrestrial life within the next 25 years?
Yes.
Yes.
I do believe that, because you know I'm a scientist, and I, in my former life when I was an engineer, I worked for the Boeing company in Seattle, Washington, and I had an opportunity to work on space station. And so in working with space station, I definitely know there are other beings out there, and I'm excited about our discoveries.
Wait, you just said you worked on the space station and you definitely know there are other beings out there. Is this like a Trump White House leak that you're telling something that like NASA doesn't want us to know?
I'm still under my top secret clearance, so I would not be able to divulge anything else. But if you want to talk, you know, a little bit later when you check your clearance, we will find out.
What this means is,
give out this classified information.
If you all make a contribution and come to an Erica Smith-Ingram fundraiser when she's talking off camera, you'll get to hear her secret knowledge about extraterrestrial life in our universe.
Yes, I will.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know we were going to go there. Outside of the legislature, you're a teacher, is that right?
Yes.
And so we both have worked in education. What's one thing that you think people don't know about teaching?
Well, I used to be an engineer, I told you that, for 10 years, and I will tell anybody hands down, teaching is the toughest job on the planet. You have to entertain, enlighten, educate, all at the same time. You have to control the classroom, and you have to unwrap the knowledge in a way that the students can receive it, and you are competing with the digital age. Our brains, children respond differently, and so it's definitely a hard working job. It is difficult. You have to be the parent while they're there. You're the social worker, you're the counselor, you're doing so many things with one job, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love teaching.
See, I get the Brer Rabbit reference. It all makes sense. All right, if you could wave a magic wand and pass one policy to help the state of North Carolina, what would you do?
I would swing that magic wand, and I teach high school mathematics, physics, and chemistry, and so the first thing that I would do, I would look at the calculus of how we fund economic development across the state. We have a problem that the formulas that are written in Raleigh don't work well in the areas that I serve, the northeastern area of our state, which has been underserved, underinvested in, underdeveloped, and we definitely need to look at infrastructure. We also need to look at our incentives for promoting economic development in areas, bringing companies like JDIG, Jobs Development Investment Grant. I supported changing the formula and tweaking the formula so that Tier 3 counties, which you know are the most prosperous and successful, they received 77% of JDIG projects in 2015, and what we supported was capping it at 50% for the Tier 3, and that allows places like Greensboro, who moved from Tier 3 to Tier 2, now they have an opportunity to go after the other 50%, as well as all of the Tier 1 counties that I serve.
So Tier 3 are the richest counties, Tier 1 are the poorest counties.
Yes,
you're saying
Tier 1s are the most economically distressed, and all 8 of my counties are Tier 1.
So can you just, what do you tell people about why if we were in charge, things would be better for rural North Carolina?
Things would be better for rural North Carolina because we focus on infrastructure investments, broadband to the capacity that is needed, not just in the East, but in the rural West as well. We know with every educational opportunity as well as economic development and companies, we live in a global society, and we will be able to generate jobs, but as well, people can work from home with the access to the broadband. We look at the educational opportunities. You can earn a degree, a master's degree, you can earn a doctorate degree online, but you have to be able to have that broadband.
Right. But the current legislature has been standing in the way of finishing last mile broadband expanding into rural areas since 2010. This is,
yes.
I can say the same thing in the House. This would be one of our top priorities if we took over. Would be to figure out how to have a comprehensive statewide broadband plan. I just can't understand why it hasn't been done yet.
And if we're going to become globally competitive, and our students and our workers have to be able to compete first before they can contribute. And we always say a good paying job will solve a multitude of issues.
Yes.
People will be able to afford the necessary care that they need.
Yeah. And tell us about one education policy that you would do. I know you have a particular pet project with Cooperative Innovative High Schools. That one or another one, tell us what you think we would do there.
I look at getting students ready for the workforce as well as getting them college and career ready. What I love about the Cooperative and Innovative High Schools is that students graduate with their high school diploma in one hand and they have their certification in the other hand. They can immediately be able to go out and get a job. They can work there. For those going on for a 4-year degree, they will have a source of income. They can work a part-time job. And many of our students work. And because many of our low-income students have to work their way through college, Representative Meyer, they end up dropping out because they're working so many hours, they can't get their credits accomplished. And so with putting the money and the emphasis so that students have access to career and technology education as well as STEM and STEAM projects. I look at the performing arts as well as the culinary arts and be able to work in the restaurant industry. Dare County, which is not in my district, but certainly a lot of my district go to Dare County, is #1 in tourism in the state. But imagine if those students can readily get a job and be able to contribute and earn money. So also with Cooperative Innovative High Schools, when students get that experience on the community college level, their outcomes become much better in terms of finishing and completing their degree.
We know that kids who do at least one course in a community college or a college while they're in high school are much more likely to be employed later and complete college later. It's something that we can help them with in that transition. So y'all are not going to be surprised by the song that Senator Smith-Ingram picked out to play on my record player. You picked out Leadbelly's collection of songs, and what song did you pick?
I picked out song number 5, Little Children's Blues.
And tell us about why you have a specific message about why you think education continues to be so important. Why is that?
And that's because, as we shared earlier, education is a means of liberation when we were first emancipated, but as well, it's a means of elevation. If we're going to change and impact the socio-economic status of people, we must invest in education that will lead to the job opportunities and careers that they will be able to raise their families. I believe it all hinges on us investing in children at a younger age. That's why I believe in investing in pre-K, so that we can bring those positive outcomes.
Here you go,
we gotta think about the children.
With very clear values, a fascinating background, and some secrets about extraterrestrials. It's amazing what we have in the General Assembly. Senator Erica Smith-Ingram, thanks so much for coming on Our Shot.
Thank you, Representative Meyer.
This is Our Shot to help Eastern North Carolina and improve education for all kids across the state. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you. You were just amazing.